Hey everybody! Has there ever been a person in your life who, when you see them, it gets difficult to breathe? That's what happens to me when I see Erin. She became my nightmare and my biggest disappointment. Even now, just thinking about her makes me shudder. I realized that I was better off without a girlfriend and without friends. My ex tried to get me to buy her a new iPhone after only 2 weeks of dating. Dad's money causes nothing but problems for me. I either get used or rejected. It's been a year since I stopped talking to everyone. But one girl named Erin looked so good that it would probably be a win for me if she took advantage of me. Here's how we started talking. One Saturday, I went to the local hookah bar. I saw her. She was trying to break free of the grip of some guy. I don't know what came over me, but I ran up and told him to get his paws off her. Erin offered to walk me home and help me up. I thought I could impress her if I could get that jerk to go away. My parents weren't home and she came in. She was delighted with our home. She told me that she had always wanted to meet me, which reeked of lies, but oh well. I was thrilled that she was so laid back and lively. Then we watched some TV, ate ice cream, and drank 10-year-old wine from my mother's stash. Erin really wanted a beer, but there weren't any. I don't remember us falling asleep in our clothes on my bed, but when I woke up, she was gone. Erin spent the whole weekend with me. There was nothing between us, but I felt so happy. And then the normal days came again. Disgruntled parents, school, Erin surrounded by the guys from the football team. One day, she messaged me that she wanted to come over. My parents were home. We were only in my room for about an hour when my father called me. He asked me what kind of girl I had brought home and told me that it was a high time for her to go home, if she even had one. He said that he didn't work this hard just so his son could hook up with some gold digger. I couldn't believe he said that. Erin wasn't returning my calls or messages, and I was sure that she would never speak to me again. But a few days later, she texted me, "Help me." Then she told me everything. She wasn't cool at all. She lived in a trailer, her mother didn't work and drank a lot, and her mom's new boyfriend was taking a liking to Erin. She had run away and didn't want to go back home. I felt terribly sorry for her. I couldn't just leave her on the street, so I secretly snuck her into my house. I didn't want her to sleep in the basement, but it was too risky to take her to my room. Father would have put her out if he found out that she was at our house. The next day, Erin didn't go to school and spent the whole day at my house. I brought her food at night, after my parents had gone to bed. She spent the whole next day in the basement too. She told me that she didn't want to see anyone but me. I couldn't wait for my parents to go somewhere again. So that Erin wouldn't be alone, I went down late night to spend the night with her. We talked all night. Erin spent 2 days in my basement. Then my parents left and we had the whole house at our disposal. First, I gave her a bath because she really did look like a homeless girl. Then, I ordered some food and we watched her favorite Jennifer Lawrence movies all day. We fell asleep together. The next morning, I couldn't believe that it had really happened. It was just... wow. I watched her as she slept. I noticed dark spots on her wrists. She said that it was because there was no sunlight in the basement and she had sensitive skin. I felt ashamed that the dark basement was the only thing I could offer her, but my parents returned that night, and she hid down there again. When I came home from school the next day, I saw it. I didn't know what was going on. I was taken to the station because the police had a series of questions for me about how my parents had kidnapped Erin and held her hostage in our basement for 5 days. After all, Erin really had not been seen in 5 days. Her arms were bruised as if they had been tied, and she testified that my parents did it. The lawyer barely managed to get them on a bail. The next day, Erin suddenly dropped the charges. My parents didn't want to ruin her life by suing her for libel and simply canceled the case. But I had a long conversation with my dad. He made it clear to me that I couldn't see her anymore. When we managed to meet up, I asked her why she had done that to me. Erin said the whole world was upside down because of people like my dad. He considered himself above everyone else, and saw people like her as a waste of space. She'd had enough. Really, Even I could see how terrible they were, and how they deserved it. They didn't even want us to be friends because they considered Erin a street rat. She had deliberately bruised her arms to make her story believable. She regretted those words when she realized that I might have a problem with that. After all, she loved me. Where's the truth, and where's the lie? I'm alone again, and not because my dad will kill me if I forgive Erin. I love her, but I can't trust her anymore. She lied to me. I'm better off continuing to be alone because all of my relationships with people end up in utter disappointment. I'll probably start treating them like they treat me. Write what you think. Well, that was my story.
Hi, I'm Marion. I'm 19, and the craziest thing happened to me yesterday. I got stuck in an elevator with the guy that I've been madly in love with for 3 whole years. Brad is so smart, so handsome, so popular, and I'm afraid to even talk to him. Imagine that you end up trapped with the man of your dreams in an elevator. Do you know what that's like? It's like being in space without an oxygen tank. Brad pushed the emergency button and kicked the door. It seems like we'll be here for a while. Oh, no! We retreated into our phones to pass the time. I tried to think of something to talk about, but my head was as empty as the Gobi Desert. At that moment, Brad started laughing. I looked at him. Look at this funny picture. It was a picture of a cute corgi dressed as Batman. Underneath the caption was, "This city needs a hero." Oh, look! Something to talk about! Do you like dogs? Brad immediately stopped looking at his phone. Yes, I really do. I have a lab and I'm trying to dress him up, but it isn't working out so well. Before long, we were already happily chatting about dogs. I was so absorbed in our conversation, I even stopped blushing. After about 5 minutes, Brad complained. Ugh, I want to drink so bad. I wanted to buy some water, but I forgot. Next, I gave Brad a mint. Take it. If you eat it, your throat won't tickle anymore. When Brad took the mint, his fingers touched mine. What an unbelievable feeling! Brad wanted to drink, but I had the opposite problem. I drank too much, and now I needed to go to the bathroom. And it got worse every minute. I crossed my legs and started rocking. What's wrong? My back hurts. My muscles are asleep. Brad then took a plastic bag out of his pocket, turned it inside out, and put it on the floor. I didn't want to sit, but this was Brad. He put down a bag for me. Of course, I sat down and needed to go to the bathroom even more. And the light went on in the elevator. I shrieked, jumped, and hung on Brad. Ah! What's that? Everything's okay. They're just fixing the elevator. Don't be scared. We were hugging and Brad rubbed my back. If the elevator had broken and fallen at the moment, I swear I wouldn't have even noticed. And then the lights turned on and the doors opened. See, we're free. I jumped out of the elevator and rushed up the stairs to my apartment. The bathroom. I need the bathroom now! Brad's scream stopped me at the next stairwell. Hey, Marion! Do you want to go anywhere tomorrow night? And there was a still with some triumphant fireworks, soaring hearts, prancing unicorns, or something like that. Yes, of course! And that's how an unpleasant situation brought me closer to the man of my dreams. Has anything like that happened to you?